Peace and blessings, everyone, and welcome into the I Dance Art House Web3 Metaverse Space, coming live at you Saturday Night Live with Shiva Lila Allen. Let's talk about it 2.0. I am so happy to be your hostess today, and welcome into my Metaverse space and podcast audio. Now, today we have a special topic, and we're going to jump right into it right after we play a little bit of sounds and allow everyone to enter the room respectfully. I hope everyone's been having an awesome day, and I'll hop back in as soon as everyone acquaints themselves with the space. And I'll make sure that everyone has a seat here at the couch so that we can get prepared for today's discussion. Peace and blessings. Welcome back to another episode of SNL Let's Talk About It 2.0 with Shiva Lila Allen live in the metaverse. And we're hosting on all platforms 2.0, YouTube, IG, Twitter, and Instagram, and Facebook. So you cannot miss an episode as long as you're able to catch this replay. And today we will be talking about why ecstasy is associated with dance and music. And the first few things that I want to point emphasis on and share with you is ecstasy is a state of being, is a state of consciousness. And you can reach that naturally without any intervention. You don't have to take any type of supplements or additives or even any type of drugs to reach that point in your state of mind. Ecstasy could be reached through meditation. Ecstasy could be reached through dance. Ecstasy could be reached through sex, right? So all of these scorpionic energies could also be reached through just being simply yourself. And during this Aries season, we see a lot of that happening because this is the springtime. A lot of things are springing into action. It is technically the new year outside of the Gregorian calendar. So we know that this is really like the new year for a lot of people. This is my birthday season. So this is when I was actually brought into this world. And so I understand that there's a lot of power going on, right? So Aries, my birthday is actually April 17th, which is the Aries-Taurus cusp. So that's past, but that is representing of the Aries-Taurus cusp power, right? Power. That is like literally the day that I was born was power. And so that's what we're going to keep seeing. And with ecstasy could be a very intense sensation, and it could actually get you to the point of no return if you don't know how to balance that. So some of the videos that I did show were some of the events that I've been to in the past with a lot of individuals who understand this concept. So a little bit back, 2 years ago, me and a friend of mine, we were invited to an event called the Vorti Fest. So let me make sure I'm spelling that right. The Vorti Fest in Sedona. So the Vorti Fest in Sedona. It's a festival that Sedona, Arizona holds. It features Arrested Development, G Love, and Special Sauce. Some of these artists are community artists, are like underground artists, but this festival is basically suited around dancing. You can feel free to do any substance that you want, but it's not really focused around. It's really focused around being inside of the vortex, because the Mesa location in Sedona is like one of the vortexes in Sedona, which gives you energy, and you can actually receive energy. So this day is super important. We're high up on the mountain, receiving all of this vibrational energy to take with us and to be our better selves and to reach a higher consciousness. And the music, again, is not low vibrational music. Like the music is all high vibrational music. The sun is shining. So again, you're around nature, and you're around like-minded individuals. There's a family event, so there's family there. People there are family, so you won't see too much craziness going on. I remember the last time I went, I seen a group of gray-bearded men. They were entering some type of big tub of ice. Like this was their thing. They were going back and forth with this ice challenge. And I think that was another significant thing where it could raise your vibration in a physical way, because these people probably were like physically healing themselves, and something else that happened. My little one was so excited. She was running around. The little kids is there. And I had a moment to where I couldn't see her. I didn't know where she went. I was like, where did Janava go? So I'm looking around the event like going crazy. But then I stood still and I was like, no, I'm in a safe space. I'm always protected. I'm in Sedona. Can't nothing happen to you drastic to where it will leave you traumatized unless you are not vibrating on that frequency. So I was like, my daughter is fine. I turned around. I continued to talk to some of the performers because this is what I was doing. And before I knew it, 2 seconds later, she was standing right back next to me because that was the energy that I brought. And that's the energy that stayed with me. So whatever energy you're in, when you're there in Sedona, it amplifies that. So you want to make sure you're right. You want to make sure that you have faith and you listen to yourself and your intuition. Nobody is here to do this for you. This is why I'm able to go to Sedona so much. Sedona is a sacred place. And this is where you can find a lot of the ecstatic dances. Every Thursday or Saturday. But every day, these people meet up, rain, sleet or snow. They're there dancing ecstatically. And the first time I went, let me break it down. Okay, so the first ever time I went to Sedona, I got invited. I didn't really have a plan, but I went down there and it had got dark, basically. So I did some adventuring, and by the time it got dark, I was still up on the mountain with my friend. And I was like, oh, shoot, we got to go. And then I was like, no, we don't have to go because there's an event happening. I'm like, what's going on? So I'm starting to hear some voices, and we're walking. And then I'm hearing music. So I'm listening to the music and I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. They doing whatever. And I sit down and I'm smoking my spliff. Of course I smoke weed. And I'm like, okay, I'm trying to meditate myself, sit down and chill out. But I'm a little frantic because it's super pitch black up at that mountain. And I'm starting to hear like voices. So I'm like, okay, where am I? And I'm like, okay, listen to the music. So I closed my eyes and I just kind of blanked out the noises because there were people that were harmonizing within the music. So I couldn't point out what I was hearing because it was black. And then I got quiet. Mind you, I went to Sedona just with the idea of healing. Didn't know what it was going to bring. And I remember just listening to some type of harmony, and it got louder and louder. And so by the time the noise got to the midpoint, I realized they were chanting Hare Krishna. I would never lie about nothing like this. They were up there. My eyes was closed, and mind you, I was going through something, of course, and I was coming back to loving and understanding that life is not bad. And when I heard the Hare Krishna, it was a reminder. It was a straight up reminder. I didn't know none of these people that I couldn't visually see. Mind you, my friend was not a Hare Krishna. We were just having a good time traveling. This is around my birthday, so I made it a moment for it to be something that I could put down, in the book to say, look, how I did that. Mind you, it was something much more greater that I could have ever imagined. And I boohooed, I cried because it was a remembrance, the ecstasy that I was feeling within the music, within being where I was. I started to feel the movement of dance. I was not dancing, but I felt it within listening. So my senses picked up the notion of the stars that day, God, the moon, telling me to chant Hare Krishna, that everything is all right. That the world is your Leela, Shiva Leela, right? And I like to tell these stories because even when I entered Sedona that day, I seen a big rainbow. It was a double rainbow. That was another significant moment. Like everything is promised to you. This is the promised land. You are your greatest self. And nothing in the world, nothing on this planet could change your destination and your purpose. You have a purpose, and as long as you focus on that and you really, really stick to it and you believe in every step that you take that is being guided by God, that's all that matters. Every dance move, every step, every word, every thought is being guided by the divine, right? And so the ecstasy that you feel when you hear the Hare Krishna is another level. That's a transcendental level. That's why I couldn't match what that moment felt to me. If it was some Nicki Minaj, I would have been like, okay, cool. They playing, they getting it. But it was something that hit home for me. It was spiritual music that wasn't something that you just hear on a daily basis. I didn't tell these people to say, hey, play the Harry. Like, it was just all ecstasy. It was all put into place for a reason. Everybody there got something from that. Even the person that I was with was watching me cry. They probably was like, why is she crying? But it was a moment that I couldn't even explain. It was for me and me only. And it was between me and God. And so again, the ecstasy that is felt in dance does not have to be used and implemented through drugs. You can naturally feel a high by just loving life and loving yourself and praying daily. Daily prayers, daily affirmations, being in that feminine energy and allowing yourself to know that you can have a balance between masculine and feminine, but to be in that feminine energy to bring you everything you ever wanted in life and more, because you're humble, you know how to accept and allow, and you know how to let things flow, right? And my teachings on today's lesson is to just allow thyself to fulfill that ecstasy, because once you fulfill that ecstasy from within, you can share it. Right? When you learn how to love yourself, you can learn how to love other people, and other people will learn how to love and love and love and love. And again, I'll dovetail it back to the main mission in people's life, in man's life, is the love of God. That is the main mission. Everybody's mission is to find that unconditional love in this lifetime. And the only way to do that is by loving God. That is that unconditional love. You'll only find there. And if you're with a partner and someone who understands that, they will too learn how to do so. And that union, that Shiva Shakti union, is unbreakable. All right, I'll digress. I wish everybody an awesome, lovely day on this beautiful Saturday. I own all the rights to all the instrumental beats that you hear in the music today in the live. And please be sure to have an amazing night. I digress. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in to another amazing episode of SNL Let's Talk About It 2.0 with your hostess, Shiva Leela Allen. Be sure to follow me on my social media platforms. Also, to get alerts for these weekly Web3 events, be sure to join the Discord server. These will give you updates on all of the live broadcasts, as well as you can collect your free NFT POAPs for attending as a community incentive. I would like for you to also become a Patreon member so that you can receive NFT token gated access to all of my monthly events. Please be sure to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and also follow the Raw DAO on IG at P2D Raw Network. P2D Raw Network. We also live stream on all social media platforms, and you can catch that on YouTube as well. So please follow the Raw TV on YouTube. You can also follow me here at I Dance Art House Web3 on YouTube, where all of the live streams will be posted. I wish that everyone has an awesome, fulfilling, and prosperous day. Thank you. I do not own the rights to any of the music that you hear today.